Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be updating you guys on the progress of the baby because so many of you really wanted to know updates. So I'm a little weirded out by doing this. I'm not going to lie. I've never had to do this before. I'm already like, my nerves are already so high up there, but it almost feels better to talk to people about it. So this is a little bit helpful for me. So we had our first appointment on January 30th. And I was scared shitless, to say the least, just because I'm not really sure what to expect at this point. So we went in there and I saw a nurse practitioner first. I have seen her every time I've gotten pregnant, just usually at the beginning. She's an amazing woman, and she usually does my pap smears and stuff like that because she's like in and out before you even know she's down there. So that's the kind of doctor I like. Or I should say nurse practitioner. She's not a doctor, but she should be. So I went in there and I spoke to her, and we are about 9 weeks pregnant. At the doctor's visit, I was 8 weeks and 3 days, and that was last Monday, so it's been about 5 days, so about 9 weeks now. So we're getting close to that 11-week mark, which for me, the 11-week mark is only scary because that was the latest I've ever had a miscarriage. So I kind of feel like if we can get past the 11-week mark, then we'll be okay. But in reality, we have to get past the first trimester. I did opt to see the doctors because in my OB, you go in and one side is the midwives and the other side are the doctors. And I've always seen the midwives, and I decided to see the doctors this time because I've never really had a good experience with the midwives. We always have opposing feelings on how I should birth my child and stuff like that, and I just don't want to go through that anymore. And because this is kind of high risk, they want to be able to monitor me more, and even my nurse practitioner I saw, she said it would be a good idea for me to see the doctors because they will actually monitor me better, as the midwives will kind of just be like, what will be, you know, and that's just not how I'm feeling. I want to know everything that's going on. So they are having me come in a little bit more than they normally would with a normal pregnancy. And so I'm going to be going in another few weeks to get another sonogram. I will most likely get a sonogram every single time that I go in. And I need to get genetic testing immediately. Usually they wait a little while, but if you are a high risk or there's something going on or something to be feared, they do like to do the genetic testing faster or sooner on than later. And because of the miscarriages and the fact that my son had a marker on his heart for Down syndrome, they want to get that genetic testing done now. So when that sonogram does come to where they'll be able to see the heart and everything in great detail, if there's a marking on there, then we'll know that everything's okay. So she wants me to worry as least as possible, which is really nice. So the only downside to seeing the doctor side is that I have to see a guy. There's about 3 or 4 different doctors that I will rotate through, but for the majority I'm going to be seeing a guy, and I just don't know how I feel about that. I've always been a girl doctor kind of person, so we shall see. We shall see. I've heard amazing things about this man, that he is like the best doctor ever, and that every woman who sees him loves him, so I'm hoping. I look like shit. I'm looking at the monitor and I'm like, oh, we'll get to that. But, so I'm going to be seeing the doctors, and I'm a little worried, but we did get to see the baby. I have the sonogram here, which it was like, it made me cry. Sorry, my nose itches so bad right now for some reason. But I don't want to show it to you too up close just because it has a lot of my information at the top of it that I don't want certain people having. But this is our little baby Nugget, and this is what we call it right now in the family, is baby Nugget. And the kids are aware of this going on. I was a little worried about them knowing so early. They've already become very attached, and you know, you guys know the history, most of you anyway, that you know, I've had enough miscarriages to the point where we're excited but we're not. You know, we're hesitant to really embrace this yet. because we've been here before many times and still have had many losses. So we're hopeful. We're hopeful, but, you know, we're being realists at this point. But that is a little baby nugget. Up here, it looks like it is an ant. It looks like it has 6 legs. And down here, it looks like a T-Rex. So, we are very, very excited. We're very excited. My due date is 9/9. So, very close to my dad's birthday. We have a lot of September birthdays in my family. So, I kind of like that it's in September, and hopefully that's like an omen to the good. I'm just very, very nervous at this point. She doesn't want me traveling. She doesn't want me walking around in the snow or ice. She wants my husband to be right by my side because she's worried that maybe I have what's called a weak uterus, and, you know, if I fall or something happens, that the baby will easily detach. And so she doesn't want me doing anything crazy, no heavy lifting, basically bed rest without labeling it bed rest, which I've been doing anyway, because might as well get into it with my symptoms. I have severe nausea. I mean, as you can see, I look like garbage. This is what I look like most days. I don't feel the greatest. I get up and I have about 5 seconds to pee before I throw up, because if I throw up before I pee, I'm gonna pee my pants, which I've done many times because I've had 2 kids. I was about to say so many kids, like I've had like 10, because I've had 2 kids and I don't particularly work out, especially not with Kegels or anything. My bladder and all of that is very weak, so if I cough too hard, sneeze too hard, or throw up, I will pee everywhere, which I've done many times recently. So you know, I get up and then I take the Zofran. I did end up getting some Zofran, not very much, because my insurance won't cover sorry. Oh, this is rough. I'm telling you. My insurance won't cover a lot. And the doctor doesn't really want me taking so much Zofran. So what they have me doing, which is really, really weird, is taking Unisom, which is a sleeping aid, and B6 together, which is supposed to help nausea, but it doesn't do shit to me. So I'm just kind of throwing up a lot through the day. I've already lost 20 pounds from the time that I knew I was pregnant, which you might not be able to even be like, what, where you look, you know, the same. I have extreme bloating because of the Zofran. I am extremely constipated, and I'm not the kind of person who's going to come on here and sugarcoat anything about this pregnancy. If you want to see pregnancy updates, you're going to get it. Like, raw, real, what is exactly going on with me. So I'm constipated to the point where nothing is helping. Nothing. But suppositories. We talked about this on Snapchat and my fucking horror of having to go through suppositories. So I'm hoping that the nausea will subside soon, but it hasn't before. Usually it stops around the 7 to 8 month mark. That's when I stop being sick. So I don't know. Maybe this one is different, but other than that, I've been getting headaches because of the Zofran, the constipation from the Zofran. I'm extremely tired all the time. I'm hot and cold all the time. Cravings wise, I crave one thing and then I eat it and then I don't want it ever again. Like, that's how I feel, and I think that's because of the nausea. So it's kind of driven with what I can stand to put inside of me and what will stay. And that's really what's happening at this point. I am a psycho. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been very bitchy, very mouthy, very outspoken. And that's why I've been trying to stay off social media as much as I can, because I'm on level psycho with these hormones, and I'm just trying. I'm trying. I'm like, by the time I get through this pregnancy, I'm going to have 1 subscriber left. 1. But yeah, I think that's everything. That's the update. I wanted to show you guys the sonogram. Everything is looking good so far. I'm just being monitored a little bit closer than someone who is going through a normal pregnancy that doesn't have any kind of risks or anything. I am a little bit worried about being over 30, you know, just hitting 30 and going through this, because, you know, once you get to a certain point, there are risks. I'm also worried about gestational diabetes because I am bigger than I've ever been while pregnant. So that is a factor that could happen. So we're just going to take things one day at a time. And I'm just trying to feel better and keep chugging along and keep hydrated and keep happy and not worry myself. But I'm not going to lie. Every time I go to the bathroom, I'm scared to look at the tissue paper, which I have to. But I'm scared. It terrifies me to look down. And I don't know when I won't be scared. I mean, really, for me, it's not just the point of not miscarriaging. After that, it's, will the baby have any defects? Could it be stillborn? You know, these are things that go through my mind because I am a what-if person with a huge anxiety disorder. So I'm trying to keep calm. I'm trying really hard to keep calm. I'm not sleeping very well. It's very uncomfortable to sleep. I'm not sleeping very much at all. I can't really focus. I got like pregnancy brain, which is very like foggy and you don't really remember a lot, and couldn't really remember a lot to begin with, so I might as well just have dementia at this point. But I'm trying, and so far the baby is healthy. So I'm going to go back to the doctors in February. It's February now, in a few weeks. And I will make another update video for you guys as soon as possible. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And if I can answer them, I definitely will. So I hope I didn't miss anything. I've never done this before, but that's just what I got to say. So thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.